Hey guys, it's Misty Eyez, and this is a moment with Misty. I'm about to embark on one of the hardest things I've ever done in my whole life. I'm very honest and very real with my fans and followers. But yeah, I'm about to embark on one of the scariest journeys of my life. If you've watched my channel for a while now, you know that I come from a very, 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 very religious family. I went to Oral Roberts University from 1994 to 1998. 4 years. My senior year of college, I got kicked out for being a homosexual. When that happened, my family basically disowned me. And I pulled back away from them as well. Kind of like I was talking about a minute ago, where gay people walk around with a chip in their shoulder like, see, I knew it was going to happen. But I did know it was going to happen. So I was like, fine, fuck it. I'm moving to Florida anyway. The farthest you can get from Alaska. Like, peace. In the next 10 years, I was very much alone. I wouldn't say alone. I do surround myself with loved ones and family and friends, but none of my family had ever visited me in like 10 years. In fact, they didn't even call me. I remember my mom called me in 2001 to tell me my dad killed himself. My biological father killed himself. And that was like the first phone call in like 3 years. But after 10 years of being isolated from them, the black sheep or whatever, my siblings started to come around one by one. I just want to let you know I love you and whatever. And most of my siblings have actually visited me in the state of Florida. So if you are a true follower, you know that I think it was it 2008? Not... A couple years ago, when my brother moved back to Anchorage, my brother moved down here for a minute, like a couple of years, like a long minute. He ended up moving back to Alaska, and when he did, I think he was up there for 4 months, and I was really, really worried about him. And my cousins were getting married, and I decided to sneak up and surprise my family. But this was a very, very, very Misty Eyez is in control situation. I bought my plane ticket. I decided where I'm spending the night. I decided which sister I'm going to visit. And I only visited the people that visited me. Well, I did see everyone at the wedding, but like very briefly. It was very like, hi, how are you, Uncle Carl? Hi, how are you, everyone? It wasn't like, oh my gosh, let's hang out. Let's talk. Let's see how you are. You know, and I did see my mom for one day. We went for a road trip, just literally driving around and talking. But I didn't spend time with family that I didn't want to. It was very, very... I am not ready to see you. I'm not ready to be confronted by you. I gave everyone a hug and said hello, but it was a very safe distance, like that. But this year was the first year that my mom called me on the phone, not text, not email, called me and said, since 1998, the first year she called me and said, please come home for Christmas. What? Who? Huh? No. She got upset, started crying, and was like, am I really that bad of a parent? I'm like, Mom, stop making this about you. I don't have any winter clothes. I'm not coming to Alaska in the winter. If you want me to come, I'll come in the summer. She's like, you're my baby and I miss you and I just want to see you and we'll buy your ticket. And I did not want to go for Christmas. Many reasons. But especially because it's freaking cold. Especially because I don't want to go around everyone in my family, my aunts and uncles and cousins and be like, oh, you bought me a present for Christmas. You don't even know me. Like, what do you think I want? I didn't want them to feel obligated. Growing up very poor, that happened to us a lot, is what I'm saying. Like, we'd go to someone's house and they're opening presents and they're like, they give me some token, whatever. as a, oh, here's something so you can open something too. And I remember sitting there going, oh, I'm gonna hate it and I'm gonna pretend like I love it. And I wanted to avoid that situation. So my mom was like, well, when can you come back? And I told her I couldn't get off of work for Christmas, which was a fabrication. I thought I couldn't, to be honest with you. Most of the Lips girls go out of town, Michigan and New York and Atlanta and Mississippi and all that. Most of the girls go home for Christmas. This year nobody did. So I went off to Inverness like I usually do. But not Alaska. And my mom's like, well, what about in January? And I'm like, oh, well, she said, like, what about another week? And the first week of December, I was on the cruise. The last week of December, I was going to be doing a New Year's Eve booking, which was canceled. So I'm like, what about a week in January? Any week you want. And she's like, your birthday. And I forgot. My birthday's in January. I'm like, okay, fine. And I don't like celebrating my birthday anyway, so if I'm not in South Florida, I can't really celebrate it with people anyway. So I might as well go up there and hang out with family and whatever. But to be honest with you, I talked to my brother on the phone the other day. I'm scared shitless. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I am terrified to go up there. Oh my God, I don't want to cry again. There's a lot of heartache, a lot of pain and betrayal. And I'm sure it's on both ends. You know, I have so much pain from my family. And I know that they also have pain from me. None of us are perfect. Are we all wonderful? No. And I don't know if I'm ready to face it, to be honest with you. But I have to. It's a new year, it's a new me, and I've got to really focus on me. And I have to open myself to the healing. I have to. I need to be, I want to be, and I'm going to. I think that this year will be a very healing experience. And that's why I'm going. But it's going to be very scary and it's going to be very difficult. Growing up in my family, we were very close. I mean, there's 7 kids and we're between me and the youngest. I was the oldest and the youngest was 6 years younger than me. I mean, because there's twins and it's, you know, wham, bam, bam. But we grew up very close and I do miss my family. I do. I tell myself that their approval is not needed nor required, and I've lived my life that way. But I guess it's kind of wanted, you know, and I don't need it. I don't. I've lived my life that way. I don't need it at all. But it's my mom. And I want to, like, you know... My mom had me when she was 17 and she was a child and we grew up together. My mom and I were very close, and I feel like she took the side of my stepdad when she got married, and he was extremely anti everything, you know, super Christian and super like a religious zealot. And no matter what he said, she was always on his side. And there's just... And I miss my mom. So I'm going to Alaska on my birthday. In the middle of winter, I have 1 pair of jeans. I don't have winter clothes. And I don't even have boy clothes, hardly at all. But I'm going to go. And I'm going to subject myself to their scrutiny and their approval, their acceptance, or not. I don't even know. Oh my god, I'm a fucking mess. Oh, Brian, I do not like these misty moments with Misty or whatever you call them. So yes, when this video is posted, I will actually be in Alaska. And, please, if you light candles or pray or believe in anything to your goddess or God or Buddha or whatever, please send up a prayer for me that I'm open and receptive, but also that they are. And I do have amazing friends down here, most of which that I push away and keep out of my life, but I keep talking about Brian, but I just talked with Jason, another friend, and he was like, Misty, just like same, almost exact same words as Brian. He's like, you are perfect. You're perfect. And your family would be retarded not to see that you're perfect and you're beautiful. And oh, God. I agreed to come to Alaska. I told my mom, I said, you know what? I do love you and I do miss you and I do want to come. And I do want to spend time with you. But you cannot bring up my sinful lifestyle. I will agree to come if you do not talk about my sinful lifestyle. If I go to Alaska and hear that I'm going to hell every day, 24 hours a day, I'm going to fucking go crazy. Because I don't believe that at all. And you've seen my Christian views and my Christian, the Bible and Jesus and other videos. I believe God created me this way because I've tried to fight it. I didn't want to be this way. And it's taken me so long to love myself. And now I'm going back into the lion's den. And my brother went back. I don't even want to talk about him. I'm sorry, I can't talk about him. It's not fair. But let's just say... Anyways, I'm going to Alaska, and I need your prayers that my family is receptive to me, accepts me, loves me, appreciates me. I don't even know what the words I'm looking for because those are not the right words. It's just very scary. I don't know how much editing I'm going to do. I have never broken down so fiercely on camera before. Because I'm usually talking about your problems, not talking about mine. It's a new year. It's a new me. Bigger and better new things. Yeah. That was a moment with Misty Eyez. A very scary moment. A very interesting moment. A very real, raw, and exposed moment. But a real one and a moment nonetheless. Loving you is easy.